What's going on, guys? It is Asthmatic here, back with you again for another edition of Xbox This Week. Today, of course, being January 11th, 2016. I got a bunch of stuff here I want to talk about. Super excited for this episode. Partially because I just finished watching the round 3 of the Halo World Championship North American online qualifiers, and that was super fun. It was great. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and start the show off with that, talking about Counter Logic Gaming, who defeated Team Allegiance last night and scoring 5,000 points in the Halo World Championship itself. It was a super crazy grand final. It always amazes me how much these best of 5 rounds always seem to be won, and then tied, and then they go up, and then blah blah blah. The flip flop, it's kind of rare that you see like a blowout or just like a real one-sided face off. Like, it's always really great to see these teams go at each other because they're very well matched and everyone plays so well. These players are so dynamic. They're able to really read what's going on and adapt their play accordingly. So it was really great to watch CLG and Team Allegiance go at each other tonight. But it was CLG coming out on top. The round that they won, that won them the game, was Breakout, and it was insane. It was like 4-4, and then they took it out and won. They did a really great job. So it was a wonderful night. If you guys are ever available, if you're ever free, it's Sunday nights here in the U.S. I'm not sure exactly when it starts because it starts, I think, at like 2 o'clock or something here on the West Coast when I'm always at work. But check them out at Twitch TV/Halo. That's, it's always going to be on there. And right now, even though these are online qualifiers, meaning that the people playing are, at home in front of their TVs, they're not actually going physically to the same place. But for those of us watching online, it feels kind of the same because we still have a pair of casters who are there online, who are doing the same thing, and they're talking and casting, of course, covering the whole thing. It's an amazing experience, and you guys should definitely check it out. We've got, I think, 2 more of those, or maybe 3 more, for the North American qualifiers in the Halo World Championship. So we also just had CES last week, and one thing I wanted to mention is that the Oculus Rift consumer version, no longer development kit, the actual Oculus Rift full final version has a price tag of $600. Comes with an Xbox One controller. That was something they announced a while ago, but I just wanted to bring up that point again and really applaud everyone at Oculus again for not just what they do, but how they do it. Because they've always been about inclusion, and Oculus were really the ones who kickstarted this current drive that's going on in the industry to go towards VR. Now obviously we have PlayStation VR with Project Morpheus, and we have the HoloLens, which is most likely going to make its way over to Xbox at some point. But all of this really got kickstarted by the Rift, and when they first came out, it wasn't about, we want to destroy keyboard and mouse gaming, or we want to completely, make this the way to be. It was just about evolving, gaming and making gaming more immersive and helping gamers have a better feeling of presence within the games that we play. And it's just so great to see, these like visionary people developing this technology who are doing it not just to make money or not just to be a headline, but to make gaming better. And that's what I love so much. And even after, now we have the HoloLens and the PSVR, I've talked to people from Oculus at conventions and stuff, and their point is always, we're not out to beat anybody. We're not going to be, comparing sales numbers or any of that kind of stuff. It's just about providing a better experience for the gamers. And I think that them including the Xbox controller, which, I mean, if you want to look at it in competitive terms, is sort of the enemy. For them to include an Xbox One controller with every Oculus Rift, I think is a really bold, or not a bold, but a big statement for them that is so great. And it's just another reminder of really what makes Oculus a great company, apart from the fact that they make a fantastic VR headset in the Rift. So if you guys are, for whatever reason, unaware of what I'm talking about, go check out Oculus, go check out the Rift, because it's going to be coming out this year. But good luck getting your hands on one, because I believe as soon as they announced they were for sale, the initial stock sold out in something like 14 minutes. So it's kind of like a Comic-Con tickets situation on that one. So also this past weekend, I did my first podcast. and it was a lot of fun. It was really great. PTK Blam is a guy over on Twitter. He's an amazing guy on Twitter. You guys should definitely go follow him. PTK Blam is not his handle, though, but if you search that on Twitter, that's Blam with a 4 instead of an A. Go search him on Twitter and you'll find him. He does a show on Saturdays called The Shop Podcast with guys like Tim Dog and Mooch. Livewires Gaming, again, Gamers Know Best. Was on there, and I joined in. I joined in kind of towards the end, so if you watch it on YouTube, I don't come in until I think the second half, because I was at work, which I want to kind of explain this while I have my own video to do it in, is that PTK has invited me to be a permanent addition of the Shop Podcast, and I am honored by that, and I thank you again. And I really want to do that, but on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I work in a restaurant. I usually open, but I'm not exactly sure whenever I'm going to be off because it really just depends on how the day's going. So sometimes I might be on the Shop Podcast right at the beginning and be on the whole show. I might jump in the middle. I might miss an episode. I don't know. I can't make those kind of guarantees, but I can guarantee you that I will be on the show as much as I possibly can because it's a great thing that PTK is doing by having this podcast, really bringing people together who all have different viewpoints on things, and everyone has a different voice, and it's great to really get everyone in one room and talking about gaming. Usually I think we focus a lot specifically on Xbox because guys like Tim Dog and myself are, really all about Xbox. So the conversation kind of skews that way sometimes, but it is a gaming in general area. On the Xbox, we don't have any big releases coming out this week, at least as far as full games go. So there's not really any of that kind of stuff. As far as updates go on me, I was gonna, when I originally scripted this, I was gonna be like, hey, I'm closing in on 900 Twitter followers, which I'm sort of doing one of these, not really, kind of going up and down. And I wanted to make the point in that on Twitter, my goal isn't to get a certain number of followers. I'm not there to make 1,000 or 10,000 followers or anything like that. If I spend the whole rest of my life with like 870 or 880 followers, which is somewhere where I'm at right now, if I spend the rest of my life there, that's fine. The main metric of success for me on Twitter is having an impact and making connections with other gamers, which right now is happening, and that's why I'm happy. That's what I'm excited to do. And that's what I'm going to keep doing in the future. So I'm really just saying these things like, oh, I almost have 900 followers, or I have this many YouTube subscribers, just to sort of give people a feel and see how channel growth and all that kind of stuff is going. So there we go. And but then on the YouTube side of things, the channel here is growing incredibly fast because I'm almost halfway to my April subscriber goal, and it's the second week or third week of January. So thank you guys so much for that. I am continually blown away by the people who come to this channel and subscribe and become a part of this community, because that's what I'm here to do, is to bring people together, to get people talking, to start a conversation. And I don't post YouTube videos because I'm the guy who knows everything and I need to say these things. It's that I post YouTube videos because of that comment section down there, because I can come here and present a topic, maybe provide some information that other people don't have, and then everyone can go down there in the comments and talk about it and have a conversation. So if you have a thought or something like that, but you're like, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 comment. At the very least, you've got one person listening, because I'm always going to be down there in the comments. So let's talk. Don't have really anything else detail-wise, any of that kind of stuff. For videos on my channel this week, I'm going to be talking about my goals for the first quarter of 2016, and then I'm also going to do an overview video of the new bundles available, new ways to buy the Xbox One. There are 2 new bundles, and there'll be a video about them, I think, on Wednesday. I've been thinking I need to do a video about The Division, because there are multiple ways to buy that game, and so I think I'm going to do a breakdown of all that, because it's a game that I'm really excited for. It's coming out this year in March, so pretty close, and I feel like there's not as much hype for that game as there should be, so I kind of want to make some more videos on it and get people thinking about it and excited about it. So that's what I've got for you guys on Xbox this week. Stay tuned to the Halo channel over on Twitch because they've got more great gameplay from the Halo World Championship coming there on Sunday. CES was a lot of fun. Please go check out the news for yourself because there was a whole heck of a lot more than just the Oculus Rift announcements. So check out that to see everything that was going on there. Over here on YouTube, please subscribe to PTK Blam because you can see the Shop podcast every week live on Saturdays, and then afterwards it just becomes a video on his channel so you can watch and review all the past episodes. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in for another edition of Xbox This Week. My name is Asthmatic, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Have a good night.